Alright, so this is the last video for the 6.1 notes, and this is specifically an application looking at a 3-set venn with our set operators, union, intersection, and complement. Alright, we will look at applications in 6.2 where we will set up a 3-set venn and have to use it to solve those, and we'll get there when we get there. This is just practicing getting you used to the 3-set venn diagram and understanding the region in my Venn diagram, and then using our operators, right? Union, intersection, and complement. Alright, so in a second I'm going to get to the picture of the Venn diagram with 3 sects. So there's 3 circles. Each of these circles, so I've got big circle A, big circle B, big circle C, where they're overlapped. You should see that in your handout. And then I've put lowercase letters A through H, and those represent the different regions. So each of those should be completely enclosed by an area. So those are certain areas on my picture. And those are the areas we're going to focus in on. Alright, so here is my universal set with my circle A, circle B, circle C. Alright, so this is my universal, which I didn't label it. And then the lowercase letters, if I spit it out, represent the individual regions. So this letter H represents the region outside of my 3 circles. E represents the region that's inside all 3 circles, right? E is in circle A, B, and C, and that's the only region that's in all 3. A here would represent the region where it's in circle A, and that's it. It's not in any of the other circles, it's only in circle A. All right, and then everything else in between. Alright, so that's the picture that we're going to use, alright, to answer the question. Alright, I want to find the lettered regions, or regions, alright, which corresponds to the set B or A. And I'm going to write it up here so I have, look at my picture. So B, not B, or A. Alright, so I want the regions in this 3-set Venn diagram that are represented by this set not in B, or it's in set A. So it's not in circle B, or it could be in circle A. Alright, so remember, that's not in B, or it's in circle A. Alright, remember, or is all inclusive. Everything that's not in B, or everything that's in A. Alright, and I'm actually going to use some highlighters to sort of, so that we get used to Venn diagrams. So again, highlighters, colored pencils when you're doing this might not be a bad idea. Especially when we get to the next few sets where we're going to draw out some stuff. Having colored pencils or something along won't be too bad. Alright, so I'm going to highlight everything that's not in B in this yellow. Alright, so I'm going to highlight all of the regions not in circle B. Alright, so this is my circle B. That's the edge of my circle B. And I want everything not in circle B. Alright, so I'm going to highlight everything outside. So it's all of the regions outside of circle B. And so right now that would be A, D, G, and H, right? Those are the regions not in circle B. Alright, then I'm going to use blue to circle everything, or to highlight everything in circle A. Alright? And so circle A is this circle. And circle A would include everything here. Alright, so all of that in blue is my circle A. Alright, and now or, remember, is all inclusive. I can be in the yellow area regions or the blue regions. So I get to include anybody who's either highlighted in red, blue, or yellow. And so basically it's everybody but C or F. Alright, I get to include everybody but C or F. Alright, so I get to include A, B, E, D. Those are all in A. And then I get to include G and H because those are not in B. And often, those are the ones students forget. They forget this G and this H that aren't in B. But I get to include those. Alright, because it's everybody not in B, which would be A, D, G, and H. Or it could be in circle A, which would be A, B, D, and E. Alright, and so there's the first example. Those are all of the regions that correspond to the set not in B or in A. Alright, next example. I want all of the regions that correspond to the set. So again, I'm going to write it up here so I've got a little more room to work. So Alright, so again, outside of my grouping symbols is set A. So I've got set A, and then that's the AND symbol. And in the group B or C. Alright, so I can either be in set A and I have to be in the group B or C. Alright, so I'm going to start with the group B or C. So I'm going to highlight in pink everything that's showing up in B or C. Actually, I might not do pink. I might do... Pink's a little dark. Yellow. We'll go back to yellow. Alright, so yellow is going to represent everything that's in B or C. Alright, remember, or means all-inclusive. I get everything in B, so circle B, or everything in circle C. Alright, so it's everything in circle B, or everything in circle C. Alright, so there's everything in circle B or C. Alright, so those are all the ones in B or C. Alright, D, C, E, F, G. Alright, now I'm going to do circle A. Alright, so everything that's in set, I'm going to take care of the and in a bit, but right now I'm just going to highlight everything that's in circle A. Alright, so this is everything that's in circle A. So in blue, I've highlighted circle A. Alright, now we're dealing with the word and, right? And is only the elements that is in both set A and at the same time in B or C. And so remember, and is the overlap area. And so that would be wherever the yellow and the blue overlapped. Well, the only region where the yellow and the blue overlap was in these wedges here, which are the regions B, E, and D. Alright, remember, and we can only do those that show up in both, right? I can't include A, I can't include C, F, or G. I would if I had or instead, but it's not, it's and. Alright, so and is just the overlap. And so the only part of the overlap between the blue set and the yellow set is B, E, and D are spelled out bed, and that's just a coincidence that it does that. Alright, and so there's that region that corresponds to the set A and is in B or C. Alright, the last one, I believe. Alright, so we've got our letters of the regions correspond to that. So again, I'm going to write it up here. Oops. So I've got C and A. Alright, so first, it's not in the group C and A. Excuse me. Or it can be in B. Alright, so you can read that and bear with it. I'll try to write it a little neater. Alright, so first it's not in the group C and A, or it can be in the group. Alright, so again, I'm going to highlight stuff. Alright, so first, not, right, I take care of the group first. Not in group C and A. Alright, so C and A, well, that would be this wedge, right? This wedge here represents everything in C and A, right? D is in circle C and circle A. E is in circle C and circle A. Alright, but I don't want what's in that wedge. I want everybody that's not in that wedge. So I highlight everything outside of that wedge that's in circle C and circle A. Alright, so that's everything outside of that wedge is what I want. Alright, now I'm going to highlight the stuff that's in B, right? And again, I'll take care of the or in a second. Right now, though, I'm just highlighting set B. Alright, so set B is this circle. So I get to highlight everything in circle B. Alright. So now I take care of the or. Well, remember, or means I can be in the first group, which is not in C and A, or I could be in the second group in set B. And remember, or is all inclusive. I get to include everybody in the yellow or the blue. They share some stuff, and again, I include those, I just include them one time, right? I don't want to count region C twice. There's only one region C. Alright, so basically I get to include everybody but D. Everybody gets included but D. And the one students will forget is this H out here. You can't forget that guy. He's in the yellow, so he's included. Alright, so I get to include region A, B, C, E, F, G, and H. The only one that gets excluded is D. D is the only one not in those two groups, not highlighted in either yellow or blue. Alright, on your own, try to do the same thing, but with this one. Alright, like I said, alright, sorry, that's down here. Oh, actually, I forgot. I rewrote it. It was A and C, or not B. That's the one you were, and that's the one that should be on your handout. If you've printed off a handout from ReggieNet, that's the group that you should be able to find. The group in A and C, or not in B. Alright, and try to find that on your own. Again, like I said, later on I will post the solutions on ReggieNet, but try to find that on your own. Alright, everything in the regions. Alright, so that finishes up simple examples of the union, intersection, and complement. We'll still deal with them more later on. Again, we're kind of keeping it basic here in 6.1. So that finishes up 6.1.